What if I told you that scientists just scanned the brains of people using ChatGPT and what they discovered was not mind control or AI taking over humans, but something far more real? AI may quietly be changing how deeply we think. Most headlines got it wrong. Most explanations oversimplified everything. Today we go inside the science, inside the study, and inside the brain. Stay with me. It's not about fear, it's about how to use AI without losing our ability to think. Across the world, in the US, Europe, India, and beyond, millions of us use AI every single day. We ask it to write emails. We ask it to finish assignments. We ask it to explain topics and fix grammar and even create the content. It feels fast, powerful, and feels like a magic. Then the headlines arrive. AI is rewiring our brains. ChatGPT makes humans lazy. But instead of guessing, scientists finally decided to measure what actually happened inside the brain. Real data, not fear. A research team connected with MIT asked one question. What happens inside the brain when people write with AI compared to writing on their own? They recruited 54 adults. They divided them into different writing situations. Some used ChatGPT, some used Google, but not AI. Some wrote entirely from their own mind. While they worked, scientists used EEG to track brain activity, a safe, non-invasive way to read the brain signals. No sci-fi helmets, no scary wires, just real neuroscience. When people wrote without tools, their brains showed strongest engagement. Memory regions were active, language centers were busy, decision-making systems worked hard. When people used search engines, the brain was still active, just a little less. But when people relied on ChatGPT, their brain showed weakest neural connectivity during the task. Less effort, less deep thinking, less mental processing. Later, when scientists asked the participants about their essays, many ChatGPT users couldn't clearly remember what they wrote. Not because AI erased their memory, but because the brain never fully stored the material. It really outsourced the thinking. Here's the important part. This does not mean brain damage. Reduced brain activity does not always mean something bad. Sometimes the brain is simply conserving energy, like using calculator instead of doing the long division, like following GPS instead of memorizing the roads. AI becomes a shortcut. Shortcuts save time, but they will reduce how deeply we learn and remember. And scientists are careful to say, this study is still preprint. It was done in a controlled lab conditions. It does not prove permanent brain change. What it does show is simple and powerful. When AI does more thinking, our brain often does less. Now, here comes the wow moment. When participants edited, questioned, rewrote, and improved the AI-generated text, their brain activity increased again. The brain switched back on. So AI is not the problem. Passive use is the problem. When we just copy and paste, the brain slows down. When we think, rewrite, challenge, and engage, the brain fully wakes up again. AI does not replace thinking. We choose whether to stop thinking. So how should we use AI wisely? If you study, work, research, run a business, or create a content anywhere in the world, the rule is simple. Use AI as a helper, not a replacement. Let AI draft. Let it explain, but always rewrite in your own voice. Add your own examples. Make the ideas yours. When your brain engages again, memory returns, understanding deepens, creativity grows. The future is not humans or AI. The future is humans with AI. So, does ChatGPT damage the brain? No, but it can make thinking weaker if we let AI think for us. The people who thrive in the AI era are the ones who say, AI can help me, but my brain makes the final decision.